right.
Yeah. See, what I'm saying is, people talk about things and they debate over whether things are right or wrong, and they do this with abortion, which I think is.
This is what I read.
What do you mean?
You will listen carefully, yet will never understand. You will look closely, yet will never comprehend. For the heart of this people has become dull. They are hard of hearing, and they have shut their eyes, so that they would not see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn, and I would heal them.
See, I've never understood this. Like, I'm trying to understand, and I listen, but I've never understood. And I'm like, I don't like this. It's like, it makes it sound like I'll never understand. And I don't like that. Because I want to understand these things. Because what I've determined for me at this point is like, if I don't understand something, then in no way am I going to really have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? Like, I know the only reason I even bring up, like, the pro-life issue, bring up the...
Christ's humility. Being united in spirit and having one purpose. Instead of being motivated by selfish ambition or vanity. Being moved to treat one another as more important than yourself. I like that one.
Yeah, see, I think people need to be united for a common goal. And I think the abortion problem, I think people need to get this settled down, first of all. Because until they get...
I love Romans, too.
Yeah, I read all that stuff. But see, what I'm noticing, the people have a problem because the abortion debate, which goes on, and the people attack each other.
Oh, man, I'm getting close to it. All right.
But, people...
Therefore, since we have these promises, dear, let us cleanse ourselves from everything that could defile the body and the spirit, and thus accomplish holiness out of reverence for God. Make room for us in your hearts. We have wronged no one. We have ruined no one. We have exploited no one. I do not say this to condemn you, for I told you before that you are in our hearts, so that we die together and live together with you. Trying to look for chapter 13, though, that talks about sexual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show it.
I have to admit, I don't really go looking for sexual stuff. I just don't. I'm just a confused virgin who just, that wrote a book about sex, dating, and marriage, and so I have a reputation. I'm the very confused virgin because I think we need to get down to, if people can't decide whether these babies are going to live or die, whether people should be allowed to kill their babies or not, if people get past that...
Oh, see? Right here. Now, with regard to the issues you wrote about, it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman, but because of immoralities, each woman should have relations with his own wife, and each woman with her own husband. A husband should give to his wife her sexual rights, and likewise a wife to her husband. It is not the wife who has the rights to her own body, but the husband. In the same way, it is not the husband who has the rights to his own body, but the wife. Do not deprive each other, except by mutual agreement for a specified time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then resume your relationship, so that Satan may not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. I say this as a concession, not as a command. I wish that everyone was as I am, but each has his own gift from God, on this way, another that. To the unmarried and widows, I say that it is best for them to remain as I am. But if they do not have self-control, let them get married, for it is better to marry than to burn with sexual desire. To the married I give this command, not I, but the Lord. A wife should not divorce a husband, but if she does, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband. And a husband should not divorce his wife. To the rest I say, I, not the Lord. If a brother has a wife who is not a believer and she is happy to live with him, he should not divorce her. And if a woman has a husband who is not a believer and he is happy to live with her, she should not divorce him. For the unbelieving husband is sanctified because of the wife, and the unbelieving wife because of her husband. Otherwise your children are unclean, but now they are holy. But if the unbeliever wants a divorce, let it take place. In these circumstances the brother or sister is not bound. God has called you in peace. For how do you know, wife, whether you will bring your husband to salvation? Or how do you know, husband, whether you will bring your wife to salvation?
This is really interesting. See, what does this mean? Like, if people are married, like one who believes something and someone who doesn't. Like, how does that work out?
What?
Well, that's what it's talking about here. It's something about how an and I don't know what sanctified means either. About, yeah.
I like the remaining unmarried. With regard to the question about people who have never married, I have no command from the Lord, but I give my opinion as one shown mercy by the Lord to be trustworthy. Because of the impending crisis, I think it's best for you to remain as you are. Yep.
I think
the time is short, so then those who have wives should be as those who have none. Those with tears like those not weeping, those who rejoice like those not rejoicing. And I want you to be free from concern.
Well, see, this I've read all this before, and it never made sense to me.
That's sexual stuff I was talking about.
Well, see, here's the deal. I read that and I'm like, it's best to remain unmarried.
Mm-hmm.
It's just bad, but it's good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman. So I took that, and I'm 26 and a half, and I'm a single virgin. Yeah.
You've never had a girlfriend?
No. See, here's the deal. I take the Bible. When I read the Bible, I took it very literally. And so, what's weird, but you know what?
Have you ever liked someone?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, there have actually been, let's see. Well, I mean, I like a lot of people, but see, here's what I don't like about liking. See, when I like a girl, people assume that
sexual.
Yeah, they assume it's sexual. And see, it makes me mad because see, I had a friend I grew up with, but people didn't understand. Like, this is a friend. I just know since we were kids, we were just close, People assumed she was my girlfriend. People would make sexual jokes and stuff about her.
Oh my.
And I'm like, no, I don't tolerate that. This is my friend, and I don't like you to talk about her like she's just something that people should do sex with. I don't like people treating women that way. I just never have liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, that upset me because that's my friend, and I don't like people talking that way about her.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how I feel about it. But you know what? I could tell you more in my next video exactly about girls I liked. If you want, if you even dare, if you even want to know, that's the thing.
I want to know.
Okay.
Okay, then.